first let's just fix this, the thickness. Let's reduce this to negative 0.2. Same, oops, why am I in edit mode though when I'm doing this? Oops, just exit, push tab. I'll select the tongue. I'll do the same thing, just reduce this to 0.2. This is a cloth material, so we don't need it to be too thick. And another thing that you can do is you can make this a bit more crisp, like the crease can actually be sharper. That's another thing that we can do. Anyway, moving on, going into the side view, which is our back. Again, I'll turn on the image and X-ray. So first thing is I want to create this line here, this one running right here. So I'll go into edit mode and then Control R on the keyboard, select this and right click. So we're okay with that, and let me just create another one just below that line. So I'll create this one right here. That looks okay. And now what I want to do is select, what we're going to do is select, so we'll go into, want to select faces mainly. So go into the top view, and here just turn off the X-ray, and we can actually hide some of this stuff. So I'm selecting the sole of the shoe, push Ctrl I to invert the selection, and then push H to hide. So I'll go back into edit mode for the sole, and then I'll just select from here all the way up to there. Hold down shift to select the remaining ones, and I'll go into the side view, hold down Control, and on your number pad push the plus sign. So up to that, that looks okay. And now I want this part to be coming inwards, so let's push S and then just shrink it. Oops. We don't need to do it too much. So if you're not doing it very well, you can actually use these. So you can input values instead, and well, something like this. Okay, that looks okay to me. And now the idea is I want this line to be very sharp. So going into the side view, and then let's go into the edit mode, push tab, Control R on the keyboard, create another line. So just put it right next to that one, and then do the same for the one on top. Alright, so now if I move out of edge mode, notice we have that there. Now let's bring back everything. Push H on the keyboard, alternate H on the keyboard to bring back everything. That just brings back all the images. Let me just turn them off. So we get that. I think though I overdid shrink it. I overshrunk this thing. So an alternative is selecting this and then pushing S on the keyboard, and then we can selecting this, and then we can just scale it. Let's go to top view. Let me just scale it in this direction. Bit too much though. Be careful not to overdo it. So once we do that, then you can just move it in front so that it goes back to where it was. Let's see. Okay, I think let's not use that method. Let's go back to the saw edit mode, and let's go to the top view, X-ray on. So we'll just select all these. So this time we want to make it bigger. Oops. I think let me just hide everything again. Invert Control I and then H to hide everything. Then go back into edit mode, and let's just select all these, and in edge mode would need to be in face mode, and control on the keyboard and the plus sign. Okay, that looks okay. Just to be sure, you can check. Then let's go back to the top view, and it's a thing about scaling again. I left out one face, so escape and control plus S again. Okay, now that looks okay. Tab on the keyboard. Okay, so let's start bringing them back one by one. Okay, so this one fits properly, and this one not too well. Let me just go into edit mode for this one, go into the top view, and let's just move close so you can use these to navigate. And let me select points. Okay, it looks okay. Maybe just needed to do that so that they don't overlap too much. Okay, and let's go to the side. Let's bring the front rubber first. So the front rubber is hiding a lot. Okay, that looks okay. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. The tongue also has issues. So with the tongue, we'll go into the side view, go into edit mode, and let's just into X-ray mode. Let's select these points and let's drag them down. And on the top view, I've noticed I would need to scale them a bit in. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's just see what we have here. Okay, so this point from this side, we will need to fix it. Let's go X-ray. I think it would help if I actually moved this point as well. And let's move it a bit closer and just move it down. Hope it doesn't affect. Oh, it does. Let's take it back. Uh-oh. Let's select that face, move it up. So seems we only can deal with this point here. So let's move it this side. And let's also deal with this one. Okay, let's see what we have. Let's move out of edit mode. Okay, so that's fixed now. That looks okay. And we can have some of these things that are overlapping here, so we can select like this, edit mode, select a point there, and let's just move it out. I think there's another one here that's in. Okay, all right, that looks okay. And let's bring the back label. Okay, so let's go to the top view. So for this one, let's just push the dot on the number pad, and then I want to move this one instead inside, like in. Let's rotate it a bit. My pivot is all the way this side, so for me to actually get back this pivot, I would have to go into edit mode, select everything, and then just move. X-ray would be very helpful right now. Okay, so if I move out of edit mode and then just drag it back, I would come back with my pivot. So now I can rotate from right here. So if, say, let's see what we have. Okay, so here there's remaining space. So what we want to do here is, let's move it in till it reaches the part that we want. So that's okay. And now here on the modifier, we'll have to increase this number to like 5. Oops, too much. I think 4 was okay. 4 would be okay. Looks okay though. Okay, let's go into edit mode, X-ray, and let me just select these points on top. I think these points would have to move a bit down. Okay, so they're in the straight line, and let's just move it down. Okay, let's move out of X-ray mode and edit mode. Okay, that looks okay. That looks okay. So now the next thing is, I also want to add a line going through right here. So I'll still select the sole of the shoe, invert, Control I, and then hide everything else. So while selecting this, let me go into the side view and X-ray, and let's turn on the image. Okay, so I want to make this black line running right here. So go into edit mode. So we have this line here. So what we can do here is, we can just double click on this line so it will select a loop going around. Let's go into the top view. So mainly, if I bring back the, where is this part, that line stops from here. So if I hold down Control and then select all these parts that are here, I'll deselect them, and it would be the same thing at the back. Hold down Control and deselect those parts, because let's undo. I'll just deselect this part here. So hold down Control and deselect that part. Okay, let's remove the X-ray. Oh, now I can't see anything. Okay, let me remove it from this side. Okay, that looks okay. So now what we'll do is, let's go to the side, duplicate this. So this thing, escape, undo, and I think I was supposed to be selecting this as well. So hold down Shift, select this, and this side as well, select this one here. So if I duplicate this, escape, P, create a new plane. That is very loud, my neighbor. Okay, So now we go into the new plane and then edit. So I'll be looking at this from the side view, and then let's see the X-ray. So I want to move this down. So select everything and then just move it down to here. That's okay. And then extrude and then just go down to there. That's okay. Let's see what we have. Okay, so we'll add the modify, oh, the solidify, sorry, and let's move it up. Let's remove this and let's leave the edit mode. So this, I'll put it point. So wait, is it going into the negative or the positive? Sometimes I don't seem to get it. So it's in the negative. So 0.2. I think that should be okay. That should work out just fine. So while selecting this, let's go into edit mode and X-ray. So Control R on the keyboard, and then let's move this at the end. We'll do this for this part. We can also do this for this part. And here, oops, my bad. So an alternative is instead of going through with all these that I'm adding, you can just select, double click on these, same thing this side, just double click on these and then shift E on the keyboard to add a crease, and then just move your mouse, and that's all right. So let's remove this. Let's go into object mode. So apparently, let me move this down instead. I think I over selected things here. Let me just undo. Okay, so here's where I made a mistake, which you shouldn't make. Let's go into the side view, and while in X-ray, let's select edges. So we'll select this edge here. So select these edges here. Keep in mind the ones that actually made that whole thing look weird was because we selected even the middle edges. So we need to keep in mind not to select those again. And let's see this side. I think I've left out this one. Which one else? Let's just zoom out. All right, so now Shift E on the keyboard and just move your mouse, and we are good to go. So let's just move out of this mode. Oops, let's go back to edit mode. I think that wasn't enough, so Shift E again. Seems like I need, let's go to the top view, X-ray. So it seems like I'll need to extrude this part. Oops, undo. Let's just remove the crease first, and all right, then now we can actually extrude this. Let's extrude it. Following this, select this one as well, extrude, select here, extrude, So I want this to be going into the mesh here, right? And we can do the same here, E, and then just drag it in. Okay, let's fix this one. Okay. Back to making that crease. Double click here, double click there, double click here, and here, here. Let's go to the front part. Oops, my bad. Okay. Hold down Shift and then select these. Shift E, and then just move. Right. So let's move out of edit mode, turn off X-ray, and let's see what we have. All right. That looks good, except this one here. I'll need to fix it. Turn off the X-ray and get this part. Let's just move it in. Okay, that looks good enough. There we go. Let me turn off the image. Okay, that looks great. Save, and if I turn everything back on, okay, we have this. So we have this. All right, and catch me in the next video.